16, 2018. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Put your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty. Madam Clerk, would you be so kind as to call the roll?
Yes. A quorum is present for City Council, Successor Agency, Housing Authority, and Finance Authority.
Any person who wishes to address the City Council on any item, as well as Successor Agency, Housing Authority, Finance Authority, on today's agenda may do so at this time. Hearing no comment, we'll close public comment. Item 1, CSA 1 and H1.
Warrant register.
Madam Clerk.
City Council, Successor Agency, and Housing Authority members. Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin. Mayor.
Aye.
Mayor Chairman Butts.
Aye. Okay, item 5 and 01 have been pulled.
5 and
01
5.
have been pulled. Consent calendar items 2 through 7.
So moved. Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members. Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. Joint consent calendar items 8 and CSA 2.
Mayor, 8, okay, thank you. Staff report recommending authorization be given to the mayor to execute up to 10 temporary construction easements on behalf of the city as required for the reconstruction of Century Boulevard as needed between the periods of October 17, 2018 to December 31st, 2019.
Move item 1 and item 1 of the successor agency.
So,
Is-
second.
Madam Clerk.
We have to do them
We
separately.
we-
want to do
we
them
have to-
separate?
Yes, right, but city council.
Okay.
Okay, the council members, Dotson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye.
I move item 1 and successor agency.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Successor agency members, Dotson,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Franklin,
Aye.
Chairman Butts.
SPH 1.
Staff report requesting that a public hearing be set to consider an ordinance amending the Inglewood Municipal Code to amend parking permit District Number 14 by adding the following streets to the district: Long Street between 66th and 68th Streets, and 67th Street between Gay Street and West Boulevard.
Set the public hearing for November 13, 2018. To confirm, did I vote on the
No.
successor agency item?
No, you did not, Mayor.
Okay. Well, do you have to
Chairman
reopen
Butts.
it? You need to reopen it, or do you want my vote?
I just need to go back and take your vote.
Okay, so we'll reopen it.
Okay.
Item 1 is successor agency under 8 and under CSA 2, actually.
Right,
And it's the successor
and it's the
agency
successor
only.
agency.
And I move the one item on the successor agency.
And I second it, and
Correct.
you could just confirm our votes and
Yes, I
allow
can-
the mayor.
Yes, everyone voted but the mayor.
I
Chairman
like
Butts.
being special. Aye.
Thank you.
All right. No one's been pulled. A1.
Thank you, Mayor. We had 2 closed session items. First one was CSA 1, which was a anticipated litigation. As to that one, discussion was held and direction given to staff. As to CSA 2, or excuse me, CS2 was a workers' compensation claim of Angel Gavan. There's a request for settlement in that matter for $87,943.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla. Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
I will abstain. I was not involved in the closed session.
Thank you, Mayor. As to A2, there's no reports.
CM1,
Mayor, there's no city manager reports today?
PC1.
Thank you, Mayor. I wanted to remind people of a couple of things. Vote by mail has started, and the ballots have changed tremendously, and I brought mine so that I could show you, because I think this is very important for people to know. This is the ballot, totally different from what we've had. It's 3 pages. So it's extremely important, sorry. It's extremely important that you read front and back and that you vote on front and back. Very important, because this is different, this is new, we haven't done this. So I just wanted to bring that to people's attention because we have some very important matters on the ballot. And please, one other thing that happens when people's ballots don't get counted is because they don't sign their name. That's very, very important, and so I would please, please do it. Elections, I can't stress how important they are, and this is really dear to my heart, and I want to make sure that everybody understands and that they're clear about this, because this is new. And please don't forget, the last day, Monday, October 22nd, is the last day to register to vote. Thank you so much.
Sir, Mayor, can I please ask a follow-up question on the ballot?
Yes.
Now, just a quick follow-up question. It's just long, but everything else is the same, right? You sign the same place and you vote the same way.
Yes,
Okay,
pretty
it's
much.
just- It happens to be just long. I'm just asking because I know we're gonna get the question as well.
Well, yes, pretty much yes and no for the measures, that's the same. And the candidates are the same. When you get to judges, though, I think I noticed, just give me 1 second. When you get to the judges, if there's a question that they're asking, should, say, Eloy Morales be a judge, yes or no?
Okay.
So you do run into that, like,
Else is
here it
good.
is right here. So shall presiding judge Norma Malina be elected to the office for the term provided by law? And that it's a yes and no question.
You
But
clarified the other part, so we're good.
yes, we're good,
Thank
yes.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. CT1.
Thank you, Mayor. Just like to give just a brief economic report. The top 3% of U.S. taxpayers pay the majority of taxes in 2016, and individual income tax to bring about $1.7 trillion for fiscal year 2018. And also 1.44 trillion income taxes were paid by 140.9 million taxpayers, reporting a total of $10.2 trillion in adjusted gross income. And also, as the Kipler letter has announced, I received this letter for the month of October. It says a breakthrough wireless technology is here. The 5th generation of cellular service, or 5G, bringing speed 10 to 100 times as fast as today's 5G will be disruptive force in the economy. It says home internet is the first place to find 5G. Verizon is leading the charge. And it says tens of thousands will log on for the first of the year. By 2021, millions will have 5G home internet. And it goes on to say that dozens of cities are spending heavily to install hundreds of thousands of small antennas to carry data on 5G airways. Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Sprint will invest tens of billions of dollars per year. But it says some challenges loom through threatening to slow network upgrades, and deep labor shortages in the wireless sector will worsen as demand soars. And also, would just like to mention also, again, the City Treasurer's Student Academy program starts this Thursday, October the 18th, and they will meet on the 2nd floor at my office and the program goes from 3:30 to 6:15. So again, that's this coming Thursday, and so far we have roughly about 17 students. And keeping it a little bit smaller this year because last year we had about 37, and it was just too many students, and it took too long to do the tours. The tours took, instead of generally 45 minutes, some up to 2 hours. So we're keeping it down to no more than about 18 to 20 students this year. Again, that concludes my comments.
Thank you so much. CSA 3, the successor agency, is already in session.
Approval of the minutes for the successor agency meeting held on October 2nd, 2018.
Approval.
Madam Clerk.
Successor agency members, Dodson,
Aye.
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Franklin, Chairman Buzz.
Aye. H2, Housing Authority.
Approval of the minutes for Housing Authority meeting held on October 2nd, 2018.
Move.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Housing Authority members, Dodson.
Aye.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Butts.
Aye. Adjourn the Housing Authority, Finance Authority is in session. F1.
Approval of the minutes for the Finance Authority meeting held on October 2nd, 2018.
Move approval.
Second.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Finance Authority members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Butts.
Aye. We'll adjourn the Finance Authority. Councilman Eloy Morales nominates and I appoint Ernesto Castillo to the Library Commission.
Move concurrence.
Second.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. Public comment. Any person who wishes to address the city council on any matter connected with city business not elsewhere considered may do so at this time. 1 minute.
Good afternoon, I'm Crystal Wells, and I'm here on behalf of myself, inviting all the residents, employees, and public officials of the city of Inglewood to come and join me in a day of listening to family love. I'm about family love, and I'm inviting everyone to come to our Inglewood Lecture Hall, which is located right outside to the right of us here, next Monday, the 22nd. Start at 12 noon. It's 1 hour. My concern is that our love, it speaks of in the Bible, is growing cold and it's diminishing, but we can do something about it. We can use our creative art of expression to create love opportunities. So I will be speaking in poetic and also giving the opportunities for others to join and register, because we will be hosting workshops in the city of Inglewood starting November through December to help bring our creative art of expression. And it's about families, not just you individually shining. Bring your nieces, nephews, grandparents, others, because we need to bring our family love up. So I have some information here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lois Bradford. I'm here before you because I'd like more information regarding the taxi vouchers. I've talked to the 3 individuals at the senior center, and I've spoken to my councilman, and I've also emailed my councilman and the mayor, but for some reason I can't get a response. And so I thought I would come here and ask you.
You emailed me about taxi vouchers?
I emailed you, actually.
Okay.
I didn't speak to you directly.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I don't remember seeing the email, but who's your councilman?
Councilman Dotson.
Sure. Okay, all right. Well, anyway, you can talk to him after the meeting.
Okay.
Okay? All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Proper place to say this. My name is Verlinda. I live on Fairview. The tree sap is damaging my car. How do I give you a bill for the times I have to get it washed?
You absolutely will not give us a bill. But okay. But what I will tell you is this: that the city fathers and mothers decided long time ago to make Inglewood a very tree-enriched city, which is really great for the environment and very good for the look of neighborhoods. Unfortunately, they picked a lot of magnolias, which are beautiful trees. There's 2 problems with them. The roots grow laterally, and they're very destructive. And secondly, during a drought, they become very susceptible to parasite infestation. And so that sap, or that substance, is the excrement of these parasites. And so if it hasn't gone too far, a bleaching solution can be used to kill the parasites. If it's gone too far and damaged the tree will have to be removed. And I believe Mr. Atwell is here. He's always here, someone from Public Works. If you would just meet with him and give him your address, we can put you on the list of people to have their trees evaluated.
Okay, but so still, the sap is like sticky, so what do I do?
You don't park underneath it.
But I have to park my car.
I wouldn't park underneath it, or I'd put something over my car. But
Okay, so could he tell me if it's toxic
Mr.
or
Atwell,
something?
he's
'Cause
that
when I
good, that
touch it-
good-looking guy at the door.
Okay,
Go see him.
okay, thank you.
All right.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, esteemed council. My name is Elizabeth Burks. I know you've seen me here a few weeks ago. Just wanted to remind you all, we are having our Cultural Fest sporting event and outdoor stage play, which I will be directing, on November 10th at the Amphitheater, Edward Vincent Jr. Park, 11 a.m. All are welcome. The event actually starts at 10, but the play starts at 11. But I've already worked with you all a lot, the Parks and Recs and all of your offices, and so today I just wanted to come and thank you all for opening the City of Inglewood for this wonderful event. It is to bring families together of different cultural backgrounds so that we can showcase through the arts that we are more united and more alike than we think. And I just want to thank you all again. Your staff has been amazing. You all have been very responsive, and you all have been very helpful in making sure that we can bring this to fruition. So thank you so much.
What was your name, ma'am?
Elizabeth Burks, Elizabeth Deanna.
Would you please come back more often?
Yes, I sure will.
Thank you.
Alonzo Parker Jr., Vietnam veteran, 66, 67. As you know, I was telling you a long time ago, case was convicted. What is the third terrorist nation in the world? The Bushes refused to go. Obama finally went, him and Hillary. And as you know, in the last president, and they laughed at him, which country that laughed us out of the International Criminal Court. This is what we bought on. These are what the people we put in office. The first line responders, Maxine Waters, mayors, you name them. Reason, we're on their own people. Assassinated, screwed up their paperwork, federal documents, you name it. It's not an ethics issue, it is treason. You do not mess with from top to bottom. Not if you're a citizen of this country. If you're a traitor or an illegal immigrant or whatever your problem
Parker,
is.
see,
then
you'll
might
never
think it's
censor
okay.
yourself. Thank you, sir. All right.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor and City Council. My name is Larry Springs. I'm a longtime resident of the 1st District, and I'm here to talk about the election that's coming up on November 6th. And I'm sure people are getting this information out, negative things that are coming out about not only our city, but our mayor and our city council. What I want to talk about really quickly in the last 30 seconds is that you, as residents of the city, you need to read the information. You need to go online, read the information about the budget, about the city, and see where the city is going and what direction it's going. Do not listen to the propaganda that's going out, about the negative propaganda that's going out. Please read the information for yourself. It's available for you. If you don't have capabilities online, you can actually come to the city and you can get it from the city. But the budget is there. We have a $50 million surplus in reserve. So you have to read the information so you know it for yourself. Do not, and I say again, do not read and go along with the things that you hear in the public. Read it up for yourselves.
Thank you, Mrs. Springs.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, City Council. I am Ted Brass, broker owner of Ted Brass Real Estate Solution, Brass and Brass Enterprises, here in beautiful downtown Inglewood. I am a proud business owner in the city and longtime resident over the last 41 years. And I say that because I'm reflecting back. I remember when Inglewood used to be a place to pass through, and doing business was difficult. Right now, we're at the pinnacle of business and business owners. That's why I haven't been here. I'm traveling, working, and doing things. But I encourage each and every one to stand and support this mayor, this council. Last I checked, there was a surplus in the budget, as Mr. Springs indicated. So certainly we want to support and stand firm in making sure that what the mayor and the council has started will be finished, because what they've done will last on until infinity. We're building, we're growing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brass.
Good afternoon. My name is Diane Sombrano, and I do wish that people would read for themselves, actually read the budget, not listen to the rhetoric. You see, when we renegotiate our bonds and they become an influx, that doesn't mean that we will continually get that more money. It's one-time money that you have chosen to what? Terminate a lot of our employees, and so we have a lesser cost because we no longer have those services from the employees are no longer employed. We claim we are saving money with tree trimming because we ripped them out. You're right, when you kill the trees, you don't have to trim them anymore. Funny how that works, isn't it? Yes, this community was treed for a good purpose so that we were not turning into a heat island, but that we would have all that growth. Now, I know that you've let everyone else go beyond, but I'm pretty confident you'll cut me off. That's what you do. But this should not be the place for electioneering, nor should we, the taxpayers, be paying for Inglewood Today to do the electioneering as well.
Hello, Mayor. Hello, Council. How are you all
Mr.
doing
Myers,
today?
how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you, sir? I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm moving. So on the trail, and this is nothing political or anything, I just want to make note that I ran into a Mr. Acosta, and he's in the 3rd District. The thing about it is that he's a disabled elderly gentleman whose curb is approximately 6 to 7 inches higher leading into his driveway. And so this just leaves the city vulnerable for any lawsuits. If anything, he's rolling and he falls out of his wheelchair. And so I don't think it was properly assessed when they were done. So this is just food for thought that they can go in and investigate. I have the address. I'd love to give it to you.
Welcome to come
after.
up to me after the meeting and
Thank
give
you.
it to me.
All right. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Hello, Mayor, City Council, and staff. Ray Davis, 2nd District. I just want to try to put a positive spin on our city here and thank our treasurer for, I don't remember how many years you've been doing the Financial Academy, but thank you so much. You could spend your time doing other things. And if we needed this kind of education, we need it now. Some of us grown folks should consider going. Seriously. Because, well, my last 20 seconds, folks, I have a confession. In a strange way, I'm loving what's happening. It's where folks who couldn't care if we lived or died a few years ago, now everybody's got skin in the game. If they don't have skin in the game, they're trying to put skin in the game. But as the folks said, keep your eyes open. Don't be deceived. Thank you.
My name is Willie A.G., and I live in the beautiful city of Inglewood. 7.5 years ago, this city was headed for bankruptcy. Under the leadership we have right now, the city is just bubbling with success. And it's because of the people we have, staff and the council that's running it. People on the 6th, the people have a choice. Who do you want to run this city? Madison Square Garden, the Forum, Staples Center, or do you want the people that's sitting up here on the dais and staff? You got a choice. My choice is the mayor and council and staff. Let's keep this team together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Agee. Close public comment. Councilman Dotson, District 1.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have no comments. I just wanted to thank everybody for coming out and coming. Enjoy your comments, and we'll act on them. So thank you very much.
I'm getting lightheaded. All right. Councilman Fatih, District 2.
Don't worry, I'll take his 2 minutes and 44 seconds, Mayor. Thank you, George. A lot of good things happening here in Inglewood, and this past weekend, we had a really couple of great celebrations. Like I mentioned, we had the grand opening of the Pan Dulce right there at Marlboro and Hyde Park Boulevard. As you can see, a great opportunity. The community came out to assure their support. We had some mariachi music. We had the taco person out there making some food for everybody, some great pan dulce. The morning started off with the drizzle, but by the time we got to the event, the weather was perfect. So I want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank Councilman Morales for coming out and joining us. I also want to congratulate the two owners that are there holding the plaques, Juanita and Arnold Santiago. They did a great celebration, so congratulations to them. If you get a chance, you're looking for some good pan dulce, Mexican bread, that's the spot. Come by, it's right here in our backyard. Following that, we headed over to the Serving Spoon, JC and Angie Johnson. This is the longest serving family restaurant in the city of Inglewood. 35 years they celebrated at that same location. So I wanted to congratulate them for their success. Again, they always are out there to volunteer and help out in the community. So congratulations to JC and to Angie for their Serving Spoon, where they serve great food with a smile. Then this Sunday from 12 to 4, and the flyers should be on your seats, come out and join us at the Inglewood Park Cemetery for Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, where we pay tribute and honor those that have passed and have died. And we do altars and we have celebrations. Again, it's a celebration of life. So the introductions and the ceremonies will begin at 1:30, but the event kicks off at 12 o'clock, 12 to 4. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. And tomorrow night, if you want to come out, there's going to be a comedy show at the District 2 Community Center. Commissioner Vaughn here is a member of the Toastmasters, and the Toastmasters is putting together a comedy show at 6:30 tomorrow at the District 2 Community Center. And then save the date for November 10th and 11th for Open Studios. That's the art walk throughout the city of Inglewood. That's Open Studios, November 10th and 11th. With that, I'm going to turn it over.
Councilman Franklin, please.
Well, you took my minutes, so everyone have a blessed day.
Dang, if I'd have known that, I'd have kept going.
Taking it. I do want to just briefly touch a couple of things. Alex did a good job of touching everything, but it was nice seeing that the Pan Dulce opening, which is the new business right there by Sentinel Elementary School, was opened by a very young couple that lives around the corner. The owner of the actual property was speaking about, well, he was talking to me about how he actually had about 3 or 4 committed groups ready to go in there and open similar businesses. But after interviewing them, he just, he wants to be part of building this community that we're building. So he chose them, being a young couple who lived just 2 blocks away. And for me, it just started being a great to see that the city is taking care of their own. I mean, it's great that you can open up a business and live right down the street. So that's the kind of city we're becoming. As far as the budget, we can argue the numbers back and forth, back and forth. The truth is, it's better. It's better, and it doesn't matter how you blend in the numbers, how you make this look or make that look. I remember when we were constantly arguing about closing down parks earlier, closing the libraries, shrinking the hours on Saturdays, and now we're almost to 100% of where we were when I was growing up, and that's a huge sign for me. So regardless how you see it, you can't change the truth. Thank you.
Been hearing some different ads on the radio, and they said that we are in a financial deficit, like Bell, have employees on a furlough. I don't know, too much to think about. And, you know, it is reminiscent of the discussion we just had about the trees. We have more trees per capita probably than any city our size around here. And unfortunately, during the drought, magnolias became susceptible to parasites. And if they can't be saved, they can't be saved. And so before, we didn't have the resources to take out dead trees, and they stayed there till they fell, and they crushed cars. And, you know, even as recently as 3 weeks ago, we had one we couldn't get to that fell and actually pinned somebody. So, you know, this is no optional thing to take out diseased and dying trees. It's a necessary byproduct of the trees that were selected, and we're replanting them. But the point is, we're doing what's supposed to be done. So let me tell you directly, without equivocation, this last fiscal year had a $25 million surplus. And yes, it's based some of it on one-time money, but you know what happens? Every single year since I've been the mayor, we find one-time money to provide services for the residents. That is not a bad thing. We anticipate a $56,000 surplus for next year, and we have, David told me we had more than 50 million. 50, do you have a corrected figure, David? Don't, be careful. Put my credibility on the line, big guy. So you mean, but that's the surplus. See, the surplus will be 3 million more. So that means the unobligated fund will be 53 million. Okay, thank you. Okay, so that basically means that we've increased the reserve funds available to the city for, that's like our rainy day fund. That's what we use to balance out the budget in years where revenues are under-realized. What does that mean? When revenues don't pencil out to what we expect them to do. When we have an emergency, or we feel like we just need to do something like replace the roof at the city yard, or we feel like we want to accelerate our renewal of the police fleet to get rid of all these 160,000-mile vehicles that we had, you know, when I came to office. Right now, we're about halfway through renewing the police fleet. We've spent $3 million on a new computer dispatch system that has GPS enablement so that we can track not only our cars, but our people with their portables. It's an officer safety issue. It's also an efficiency and effectiveness deployment issue. We have done more in this city in the past 5 years globally, looking at everything that we do, than we have in the 30 years prior combined. So, and at the same time, we've attracted culture, the LA Philharmonic Youth Orchestra. We've attracted service organizations like the Girl Scouts of the United States from Marina Del Rey to come here. The Metro Boys and Girls Club is in discussions right now with the city about opening up a facility here. And we've attracted the big things, you know, 3 professional sports teams. We've reopened the Forum. And at the same time, residents have prospered. Unemployment rates cut from 17.5% to 4.8%. Aren't just entry-level jobs. These are prevailing wage, union scale jobs. So this is where we are, and this is what we're doing. Right now, we have available to you of the January 21st, 2016 Moody's Investors Annual Statement about the city. And there's a paragraph that says, as it relates to the percentage of our unobligated, of our spending plan and our unobligated general reserve fund, the city of Inglewood far exceeds any city in the country that they rate. far exceeds, and you don't have to take my word for it because I have copies being brought in. And please take a copy with you. It's probably the fourth paragraph on the page. So you don't have to take the council's word. Everybody says, well, you know, this person says this person says that. Well, Moody's is a rating company, and they've given us 5 bond rating increases 2015. 2015, 5 bond rating increases. So if anybody tells you that the city of Inglewood is like Bell or the city of Inglewood is in a deficit, they are lying to you directly. All right? So, Maria, would you see if city has those copies? Why don't you bring them in? Bring them to me. I want to bring them to you. Maria, you out there? Oh, okay. All right. So anyway, they'll be here momentarily. And then the last thing I had, I've told you about the Metro Boys and Girls Club. NFL moving. Oh, the NFL Network is moving the NFL Networks, the broadcast arm of the NFL, is leaving Culver City to come to Inglewood. And we all know about the other events that are coming, but I'm just trying to kill time until they get me those copies.
Song and dance? Anybody? Song and dance?
When I really need George to talk. You sure did throw me a curve today. Anyway, please take those with you because that's independent corroboration of where the city sits in liquidity. And that was as of 2016. Now remember, in 2016, we didn't have the amount of reserves that we have now. So I don't want to guess, but I would imagine we were somewhere around 35, 40 million at that time. So what this means, what you're looking at, it's on the first page. And everything in that document, mind you, has improved since 2016. So with that, this is good late night reading. I love reading it. I read it all night long. We're adjourned.